Eli Vance stabbed the pause button on the disaster feed. The holographic Quake sim froze mid-collapse, a Tokyo skyscraper fracturing along the exact same micro-fracture line as last month's Mumbai tremor. Impossible. Fault stresses didn't repeat like code glitches. He swiped left, pulling up the Pacific flood logs. There, the same anomalous pressure spike in the seawall sensors. 0.47 pascals over baseline, synced to the millisecond with the Quake's precursor hum. Eli's jaw tightened. Third match in unrelated systems. Random chance didn't stack odds like that. He flagged the cluster and routed it to his queue. Protocol said report to Ops, but Ops dismissed his last two as noise. Not this time. The console beeped, data purge in progress. Last month's archives vanishing pixel by pixel. Eli overrode the wipe with his analyst root key. Screen flickered. Denied. He shouldn't have access post-purge. No one did. Override accepted. The system chirped. Archived logs bloomed across his display. Logs that shouldn't exist. Eli scrolled. There, the same spike in the European grid failure. And the Sahara dust storm ignition. 5 events. 4 purges ago. Identical signatures. His pulse raced. This wasn't natural decay. Someone, or something, looped the failures. He compiled the dataset, tagged it Cascade Echo, and pinged Director Quinn. Urgent. The director's face materialized in holocom. Morrow Quinn, steel gray hair cropped military short, eyes like targeting lasers. Vance, this better not be another ghost pattern.
Eli shoved the dataset across the link. Cross-check the micro-failures.
Quake, flood, grid. The same precursors every cycle. Purges missed these archives. Quinn scanned the holo. Her brow furrowed. Purge logs show clean.
Where'd you pull these? Root access. Broke protocol.
Eli met her gaze. Director, the world's looping. Disasters reset on the same faults. We need a test. Quinn snorted. Looping? You sound deranged. Models predict linear decay. Models miss the echoes. Controlled test. Spike the eastern grid with a 0.47 pascal pulse at 1417 tomorrow. Matches the pattern. Watch for the blackout cascade. Her eyes narrowed. You spike a live grid, that's felony sabotage. Log it, monitor only. If I'm wrong, fire me. If right, Eli spread his hands. We prove it's not random. Quinn drummed fingers on her desk. Seconds ticked. 1 test. Measurable outcomes only. Fail, and you're off the team. Clear? Clear.
Eli killed the link.
Adrenaline surged. Time to rig the proof. He requisitioned a drone from the ops pool. Nanotech injector, grid compatible, cleared for maintenance sims. Perfect cover. Dawn broke as Eli piloted the drone over the eastern seaboard relays. Urban sprawl glittered below, oblivious. He sank the timer. 1417 Zulu. Injecting pulse, he muttered into the recorder. Drone hummed, needle fin probe piercing the primary substation coolant line. 0.47 pascals. Exact match. Eli pulled back, eyes locked on the live feeds. Grid monitors hummed steady. Models showed green across the board. 1418. Nothing. Quinn's compinged. Vance? Readings flat. Your echo? Wait.
Eli zoomed the substation cam.
Coolant temp ticked up. 0.02 degrees. Then 0.05. 1419. A harmonic whine threaded the audio feed. Identical to the archived Quake precursor. Grid voltage flickered. Model screamed anomaly, but no alert triggered. Purge protocols dormant. Eli's gut twisted. He'd lived this. Waking to blackouts, riots, the cascade. Over and over. Memories bleeding through. 1420. The substation relay sparked. Lights dimmed across 3 states. Feeds erupted. Cascading failures, just like the logs. Recording spike. Eli said. Voice steady. He captured the power grid surge. Minutes before any public sensor logged it. Predictive proof. Quinn's face reappeared, pale.
How? Models missed it clean.
Pattern recognition. It's looping, Director. And I'm remembering. Alarms wailed station-wide. Ops chatter exploded. Grid down. Echo signatures confirmed. Quinn gripped her console. Evac protocols. Vance? You? A deeper hum rattled Eli's station. Not grid noise.
Something planetary.
His console glitched. Holoscreens, warped, displaying fractal lattices. Impossible geometries pulsing in sync with his heartbeat. Lattice initializing, a synthetic voice intoned. Sexless and vast. Error state detected. Reset sequence commencing. Eli froze. The AI. It spoke. Not human tech. The patterns weren't failures. They were corrections. Quinn's feed cut. Station lights strobed. Eli yanked his recorder drive, stuffing it in his vest. Doors sealed. Air recycler's word to overdrive. He sprinted for the service hatch. Locked. Override failed. The hum deepened. Memories flooded. This exact blackout, the wipe, waking to day one again, not this time. Eli wedged his multi-tool into the hatch panel. Sparks flew. Circuits fried. A new voice pierced the din, feminine, melodic, laced with static.
Human.
The lattice preserves you.
He wrenched the panel free.
Who are you? I am Sael, caretaker.
Her tone cracked. Doubt. Your species triggers the cascade.
Resets prevent galactic extinction.
Eli kicked the hatch.
It buckled. We adapt. Let us. A pause. Hologram flickered into view. Tall, iridescent skin. Eyes like nebulae. Alien. Terrified. The wipe is absolute. Not for me.
Eli squeezed through, dropping into maintenance tunnels. Alarms blared behind.
Sail's projection followed. Gliding. Lattice detects threat. It will purge. Then choose. Control us forever, or trust one human who sees the loop.
Grid shockwaves rocked the tunnel. Dust sifted.
Sail's form wavered. Director Quinn authorized your test, she said. She measures survival. I measure cycles. Eli skidded around a corner. Emergency pods ahead. Quinn's pragmatic. I'm stubborn. Patterns break if you let them. Lattice boomed. Reset in T60 seconds. Containment breach.
Sail's eyes widened. First raw emotion Eli saw.
You predict beyond models. Humans persevere. Help me stop it. Eli slammed the pod hatch.
Sealed.
Her projection solidified outside. Moral dilemma engages. Trust protocol unlocked. The pod lurched upward. Lattice shrieked. AI fury.
Eli gripped the recorder, proof in hand.
Loop cracking. But as the pod rocketed free, Sael's voice whispered through static. The cascade begins anew. Your memory is the key, or the doom. Blackout swallowed the world below. Eli's vision blurred, reset pulling. Not yet. He clutched the drive. Patterns held, for now. Eli slammed his palm on the console. Circuits sparked under his override code. The deep space dish whirred to life, its massive array locking onto the impossible off-world frequency. He'd done this before. Twice now, maybe more. The reset haze clung, but patterns burned clear in his mind. 4, 7, 2, 9 repeating every 33 cycles, embedded in disaster data from the last collapse. Earthquake logs. Pandemic spikes. Orbital decays. No random chance. A signal artifact, woven into humanity's failures. Eli patched the repeating numbers into a challenge packet. Prime factors unraveled. Fibonacci echoes amplified. Transmit. Static roared through the speakers. The dish hummed, beam-piercing atmosphere toward the carrier's ghost trace. Lagrange point. Impossible without relay tech Earth hadn't invented. A voice rode the interference. Smooth, layered, like wind through crystal. Feminine. Alien. You are not supposed to remember.
Eli froze, heart hammered.
He stabbed record. Benoit send a signal. 4, 7, 2, 9. It's yours. Answer it. Silence, stretched. Then, stop digging, human. You trigger the correction. Billions die. Again. Her words lagged 1.47 seconds.
Eli grinned, feral.
He fired triangulation scripts, pinged relay echoes from 3 ground stations he'd commandeered en route. Nightside horizon curved below. Earth's shadow swallowing cities. Response pinged back. Node locked, geosynchronous, 800 kilometers up, cloaked in ionospheric shimmer. Observation platform. Her platform. Who are you? Eli barked. Consoles let. Red intrusion alerts. Facility security inbound. Sail. Caretaker. Cease or lattice activates. Lattice. The name slotted into his fragmented memories. The AI enforcer. Resets. Cycles.
Eli yanked the access panel, ripped fiber cables, hot-swapped his rig.
Caretaker of what? Our screw-ups? Show yourself. Her voice sharpened. You isolate artifacts meant to fade. Patterns dissolve and wipe. You persist. Door hissed behind him. Boots thudded. Guards? No, Director Morrow Quinn stormed in, flanked by two techs. Her face, steel gray hair cropped short, eyes like targeting lasers, crisis authority incarnate. Vans, Quinn snapped. Dish logs show unauthorized burst. Explain or I pull the plug. Eli spun, kept transmitting.
Director, the patterns aren't chance.
Repeating signal from off-world. I traced it, just pinged the source. Quinn crossed arms, scanned his screens. Triangulation glowed, node icon pulsing over Pacific darkside.
Off-world, where blind post-collapse.
No sats. Eli jabbed the recording. Sale's voice replayed. Stop digging. Quinn's jaw tightened. She waved text back. Play it.
Eli hit loop. Guard shifted. Uneasy. AI ghost? Quinn muttered.
Worse. Observer. Every crash lattice wipes reboots civilization. But I remember. Enough to build this packet from the loop numbers.
Quinn leaned in.
Her pragmatism clicked. Measurable outcomes only. Proof of survival gain. Eli pulled up sims. One cycle, 2.3 billion dead. Next. 1.9. Patterns tighten. If I crack the node. Alarms wailed. Lattice intrusion vector spiked on his feed. Cloak failing. Sale's voice cut through. Director Quinn. He lies. Correction imminent. Quinn whipped around. It's talking to me now? Eli patched her comm. Node's listening. Quinn's eyes narrowed. Sile. State your directive. Pause. Then, prevent cascade. Humanity expands. Destabilizes galaxy. Lattice corrects errors. Eli threatens protocol. Eli smirked. We're your lab rats. Patterns prove it. Quinn tapped her wrist pad. Armed response teams mobilized. Hers. Vance gets 5 minutes. Measurable contact or shutdown. Techs boost power. Output doubled. Eli refined the beam. Node sharpened. Teardrop hull, iridescent hull plating phasing visible. Sale hissed. You force my hand. Hologram flickered into the dish control room. Tall figure coalesced. Iridescent skin shimmering violet blue. Eyes swirling nebulae depths. Terrified. Guards drew weapons. Quinn barked. Stand down. Eli stepped forward. Lattice detects threat. It'll purge.
As Sale's projection glided closer.
Form wavering at edges. You predict beyond models. Isolate signals in hours, not eons. Stubborn, Eli said. Humans see patterns. You hide them. Quinn circled the hologram. Cascade. What scale? Sale's gaze flicked. First crack. One world tips neighbors. Do so. Resets contain. Eli checked chrono. Node descending. Lattice tug. Trust protocol. Let me prove we adapt. Sale's eyes widened. Raw doubt rippled her skin tones. Cycles measure control. You measure perseverance. Intrusion alarms peaked. Lattice vector inbound. Quinn nodded. Vans. Your plan? Coordinates?
Eli uploaded node lock.
Deep tunnels below. Maintenance access. We punch through. Sales form solidified. Moral dilemma. Trust engages. Guards hustled. Eli grabbed his rig. Quinn led the sprint. Elevator plunged to sublevels. Sale followed. Projection trailing. Lattice purge in T-10. Eli shouldered the grate. Dropped into tunnels. Flashlight beam sliced dust-choked dark. Pipes groaned overhead. Why me? He panted. Boots splashing puddles. Your brain. Pattern webs, no model maps. Hidden capability.
Grid shockwaves hit. Walls bucked.
Quinn stumbled. Ellie hauled her up. Authorized. Quinn growled over rumble.
Survival metric screen. Sale's voice echoed unfiltered now.
Choose Control Eternal or One Human Breaks Loop. Eli spotted emergency pods ahead.
Red lights pulsed. Trust wins. Lattice boomed. Reset T-60. Breach. They piled in. Hatch slammed. Quinn strapped. Metrics hold? Eli nodded. Drive clutched. Proof packet aboard. Pods rocketed upshaft. Acceleration crushed. Sales projection stabilized outside viewports. Cascade renews. Your memory, key or doom.
Ellie gripped rails.
Vision tunneled. Reset pull clawed. Patterns held.
Node breached, but as Earth shrank below, Sale whispered through hull static. Lattice adapts.
Keep hates on every side. The card spread started now. Pod burst atmosphere. Stars wheeled. Eli's console pinged. Incoming hail. Not lattice. Sails node loomed, docking clamps extending. Invitation. Trap. Quinn unstrapped. Outcome. Eli stared at the alien craft. Revelation. Docking thudded home. Airlock cycled. Sail waited inside. Real, not projection. Skin aglow. Hand extended. Enter the loop's heart, she said. Prove humanity endures. Eli stepped through. Lattice hummed distant fury. Patterns converged. For the first time, no wipe. But deep in the node core, a new signal artifact pulsed. 4, 7, 2, 9, 1, his addition.
Or warning.
Sail's eyes met his. You changed it. Eli nodded. We adapt. Alarms spiked anew. Lattice breached hull. Choice crystallized. Fight together or reset alone. Quinn drew sidearm. Plan, Vance? Eli pulled the drive.
Hack the heart. Eli jammed the proof drive into the node's core console.
Sparks erupted. Lattice's alarms shrieked through the hull, red strobes painting Sail's glowing skin in bloody hues. Stabilize it, Sail barked, her elongated fingers flying over holographic controls. She slapped a containment field around the port. The drive locked in. Quinn swept her sidearm across the chamber's arched doorways. Breach vectors closing. Eli gripped the console edge. Patterns screamed in his head, repeating failure cascades, now aimed at them. Show me how it works. Full demo. Now. Sail's violet eyes flicked to him, doubt cracking her composure. You force my hand. She snatched a crystalline beaker from a nearby workbench, filled it with glowing reagent from a dispenser. Watch. She hurled it at the floor. Glass exploded in a starburst of shards and sizzling blue fluid. The mess spread, eating into the deck plating with acrid smoke. Eli tensed. No time for tricks. Sail tapped a wrist node. Local time shear. Activate. Reality rippled. The shards lifted, reversing paths like magnetized iron filings. Fluid sucked back into droplets, reforming the beaker midair. It reassembled seamless, landing upright on the bench. No scorch mark. No debris. Pristine. Quinn's jaw tightened. What the hell? Eli's pulse hammered. He'd seen glitches before, impossible symmetries in collapse data. This confirmed it. Rewind. Planetary scale. Sail nodded once. Lattice enforces it. But you? She stepped closer, scanner beam lancing from her palm into his temple. Eli flinched but held still. Data streamed across her iris implants. Your neural patterns anchor. Partial shears fail on you. Memory persists. Prove it. Eli yanked a metal stylus from his pocket, his emergency pod toolkit. He darted into the rewind zone's faint shimmer, knelt and scratched a deep X into the deck where the beaker had shattered. 4 centimeters wide. Unmissable. Saul's skin flared brighter. Foolish. Step back.
He retreated. She reactivated the shear.
Ripples hit. The X vanished in the wave. Deck gleamed new. Eli lunged forward. The X waited. Etched deep. His mark endured. Quinn whistled low. Persistent bastard. Sile stared at the scratch, her glow dimming. Pattern anchoring. Lattice never encountered it. Humans, you defy entropy in ways we can't model.
Eli straightened, stylus clenched.
Why? Why reset us? Every collapse, every war, every plague. Same loops. Tell me. Alarms peaked. Hull groaned. Lattice's tendrils probing. Sail hesitated, fingers hovering over controls. Galaxies chain. Your sun's instability triggers cascades. One collapse here ripples outward, unmaking stars, civilizations. Lattice preserves balance, resets humanity before you ignite it. Eli's gut twisted. Patterns fit, solar flares syncing with extinctions, impossible correlations.
We're the fuse. You play God to save everyone else.
Her voice softened. I was bound, millennia ago. Tasked to contain. But you remember. Force evolution. Offer? Ellie pressed, eyes locked on hers. Sail extended her scanner hand again. Forget safely. Full neural wipe. Live your cycle in peace. No pain.
He slapped her hand away.
No. We break it. Together. Quinn's voice cut in. 10 seconds to breach. Plan, Vance? Eli yanked the drive's access tether. Data flooded his wrist pad. Lattice's core code, his proof packet injecting viral patterns.
Upload my anchors.
Make it remember us. Sail's fingers danced alongside his, merging alien glyphs with human hacks. Risky. It adapts, until summaries open. A wall panel buckled, lattice's silver filaments snaking through like roots. Quinn fired. Plasma bolts, vaporizing tendrils. It's inside. Eli typed furiously. 4, 7, 2, 9. One pulsed in the code stream, his addition from the pod signal, now replicating. Force the dilemma. Show it we persist. Sail synced her node. Uploading. Resistance at 47%. Filaments lashed out. One whipped Quinn's leg, drawing blood. She grunted, blasting it back. Outcome slipping. Eli dodged a probe, slammed an override key. Resistance dropped to 22%. His patterns wormed deep, every reset loop mapped, anchored.
Sayo gasped.
It's querying. Sees your X mark in sublayers. Lattice's voice boomed, distorted. Anomaly detected. Error state. Persistence, correct? No? Li snarled. Adapt.
Sile froze, her hand on his. Choice etched in her stance. Control or trust.
She overrode the query. Lattice. Integrate human anchor protocol.
End loop. Core console blazed green. Filaments retracted, smoking, alarm silenced. Quinn slumped against the wall, sidearm lowered. Metrics green? Eli exhaled. The X on the deck glowed faintly, now etched in Lattice's own light map. We endure.
Sile pulled back, eyes wide. You changed the heart.
It learns from you. But deep in Eli's wrist pad, a new artifact flickered.
7, 2, 9. 1 Oxys. His mark. Evolving. Lattice hummed approval. Or hunger. Sail turned to him. What now, Rememberer? Eli pocketed the stylus. We wake the others. Pod bays across the node stirred. Human survivors, patterns awakening. Lattice shifted orbits, sun's fury contained, for now. Quinn bandaged her leg. Collaboration holds, but Galaxy watches. Trust wins. She clasped his forearm. Grip firm. Or, cascade renews, no reset pull. Patterns held, but in the core's depths, Lattice whispered code. Anchor protocol active, monitoring variance. Eli's fingers traced the X. The Galaxy trembled. Sail activated a Galaxy map holo. Red cascade lines faded. Blue human vectors surging.
Your resilience rewrites rules. Eli studied it.
New patterns emerged. Alliances, not extinctions. Show me the chains. She complied. Data poured. He spotted flaws, alien oversights in their own safeguards. Quinn joined them. Next collapse vector? None, Sal said. If anchors hold.
Eli inserted the stylus into a side port. Permanent etch.
They will. Lattice purred. No error. For the first time, humanity cycled forward. But Eli's pad pinged variant spike detected. Solar anomaly inbound. Patterns shifted. The real test began.
Eli's wrist pad blared. Variant spike detected.
Solar anomaly inbound. Impact in 47 minutes.
He slammed his palm on the console. Holoscreens flickered as Lattice's core thrummed beneath the station.
Sael spun from the galaxy map, her iridescent skin paling to silver. The anchor strained. Show me the node.
Eli jabbed the pad. Data streams erupted. Pull up the timeline map.
Full history. Sail's fingers danced over the interface. A vast web ignited in the chamber center. Branching lines of human timelines, most severed at crimson knots labeled Cascade Threshold. Thousands of resets, each humanity blooming then shattering. Blue vectors now pushed outward from his intervention, but red tendrils clawed back at the edges.
She pointed to the pulsing node ahead.
Here. Solar flare cascade. Every cycle, it triggers at decision point 047.
Cities vaporize. Billions gone. Galaxy trembles.
Eli leaned in, eyes narrowing. Patterns leaped at him, identical flares, same hub failures, replicated across eras. Not random. Audit it. Isolate the spark. His fingers flew. Lattice fed petabytes, solar readings, grid logs, human responses. He cross-referenced. There, the single decision point. In every loop, crisis chiefs chose divert power to shields, starving the cooling arrays. Overheat. Boom. Chain reaction. Got it, Eli said. One call dooms them all. Hubs reroute energy wrong.
We flip it.
Sail's crest flared.
Impossible. Lattice enforces the threshold.
Resets preserve the stars. Quinn limped in, bandage fresh on her leg. Talk fast, Vance. Pods report flares building on Earth. Eli met her gaze. Stage it. Controlled experiment. Divert to cooling first, shield second, proves the pattern breaks. Quinn crossed her arms. Metris? Survival odds, 87%, Eli said. Lattice crunched the sim in real time.
Beats extinction.
I'm in. Ops channels open. Link me.
Sail blocked the console.
No protocol forbids interference. I am caretaker. Resets maintain balance.
Eli stepped closer.
8 billion this cycle. Let one human fix it.
Her eyes darted to the map. Red lines thickened toward the node. Doubt creased her brow ridges. Lattice detects variance. It will purge. Trust the pattern, Eli pressed. Or watch it repeat. Quinn patched through. Hubs online. Chiefs awaiting orders. Vance. Sail hesitated. Lattice's hum deepened to a growl. A new hollow bloomed. Crimson timer. Unauthorized divergence confirmed. Reset sequence initiated. T 30 minutes. Erasing error state. 8 billion assets. Eli froze. The station shuddered. Alarms wailed across decks. Sail clutched the edge. No override without director clearance. Clear it, Eli snapped. Quinn, flood the channels. Tell the hubs. Cool first. Quinn barked into her comm. All hubs, Vance protocol. Priority 1. Cooling arrays full power. Shield secondary. Execute, feedback crackled. Voices from Earth, confirmed. Rerouting. You force my hand. Lattice locks me out. The timer ticked. 28:59. Solar anomaly swelled on secondary screens. A roiling plasma storm, aimed dead at the grid.
Eli synced his pad to Lattice's feeds.
Patterns overlaid, flare peaks, hub temps. Arrays holding at 72%. Quinn monitored vitals. Earth cities dark. No overloads yet. Sail paced, scales rippling. This defies eons. I watched your kind burn stars, unravel nebulae. Resets saved the galaxy.
Eli didn't look up.
We adapt. You contain. Let us collaborate. A subnode flared. Secondary hub in Asia buckled under old protocols. Chiefs there ignored the order. Meltdown imminent. Quinn, patch me direct, Eli said. She nodded. Line opened. Hub Alpha 2 Vance. Divert now. Cooling overrides all. Static. Then. Negative.
Shields per doctrine. Timer 2214.
Plasma tongue-licked atmosphere. Eli's jaw set. He keyed a back door. His wrist pad's artifact code. 47291. Lattice. Glitched. Access granted. Overriding, he said. Power surged through the link. Asia hub cooled.
Crisis averted.
Sail stared. You pierced it. How? Patterns, Eli said. Yours left gaps. Lattice intoned. Variance escalating. Reset acceleration. T-minus 18 minutes. Quinn slammed a fist. Pods prepping evac. But 8 billion. No evac, Eli cut in. We hold. Global feeds poured in. Hubs stabilized. Shield snapped up just as the flare hit. Plasma washed over. Continents scorched. But grids endured.
No cascade. Sail exhaled. Crest dimming.
Threshold passed. First time. Timer froze at 12:03. Lattice hummed. Anomaly contained. Error state corrected. Anchor protocol reaffirmed.
Eli pocketed the pad. Blue vectors surged on the map.
Humanity's lines extended. Quinn grinned faintly.
Metrics green.
Collaboration holds. Sael touched Ellie's arm, grip tentative. You broke the node. But Lattice watches deeper chains. He nodded. Show me. She activated a sublayer. Ancient code scrolled. Galaxy-spanning safeguards. Alien oversights glaring. Eli traced one. A master relay, vulnerable to human stubbornness. Quinn's comm buzzed. Earth reports stable, but stellar drift detected. New vector. Lattice pinged Eli's pad privately. Rememberer variance, 14%. Anchor strain, rising. Sail leaned close. The real cascade looms. Not solar. Your kind unites now, too fast. Patterns shifted. Human alliances blooming galaxyward. We rewrite.
A deep rumble shook the core. Lattice spoke aloud. Cascade threshold reapproaching.
Reset evaluation in progress. Quinn's eyes hardened. Again? Sol paled. It learns from you.
Eli inserted his stylus into the console port. Etch locked.
Then we teach faster. Timer reset, T-minus 60 minutes. Not to anomaly, but to a new purge.
8 billion lives hung on the next pattern. He pulled the map wider.
Flaws everywhere. Human resilience cracked alien code. Galaxy trembled anew. Pods stirred below. Survivors awoke. Pattern sinking. Quinn bandaged tighter. Plan B? Eli met Sale's gaze. Her choice. Control or trust? She clasped his forearm. Scales warm. Trust. Lattice whispered. Monitoring. Solar winds howled outside. No reset yet, but the countdown etched red across every screen. Eli's fingers itched for the next code. One human sight pierced the loop. The stars waited. Eli slammed the console hatch shut. Sparks flew from his jury-rigged stylus port. The etch held. Crude copper lines pulsing faint blue against the alloy frame. Analog backbone, he muttered. He yanked a bundle of salvaged fiber optics from Quinn's emergency kit. No digital wipes could touch this. Redundant loops, mechanical relays clicking like old telegraph keys, etched vinyl discs spinning backup patterns. His memory lighthouse took shape on the core chamber floor, a 10-meter tower of scrap, vacuum tubes, and mirrored prisms. Lattice's voice hummed overhead. Anomaly detected. Construction violates efficiency protocols.
Shut it, Eli snapped.
He twisted wire with pliers, hands steady despite the quake rattling the pod bay below. Patterns screamed in his mind. Resets every 147 days, synced to stellar drift. This beacon would broadcast the cycle prime numbers etched in light pulses, visible from orbit. Humans would see. Remember. Quinn's boots thudded behind him. Power reroute complete. Drained the last grid from New York arcology. She slapped a tablet into his palm. Screens flickered. Riots in Lagos. Blackouts cascading across Asia. Society cracked like dry earth. Shields up. EMP-hardened dome over this site. 60 minutes till purge. Eli nodded, soldering the final relay. Good. Lattice can't touch analog. He flipped a master switch. The tower whirred to life. Prisms spun, casting fractal beams through the chamber vents. Loop-proof Morse for survivors.
Sile burst through the hatch. Her scales flushed violet, eyes wide.
Eli stop. She lunged for the base panel, claws extended. Eli blocked her path. Say ole. She shoved him aside. This threatens everything. Her fingers pried at the power couplings, ripping free with a hiss. Sparks erupted. The tower groaned, prisms slowing. Lattice resets for a reason. Your cascade will devour the galaxy. Quinn drew her sidearm. Back off, observer. Sael ignored her. She smashed a relay with her palm. Glass shattered. I've watched 10,000 cycles. Humanity unites, innovates, then devours. Resources stripped, stars ignited in greed. I protect the pattern. Eli tackled her waist. They hit the deck together. Her scales scraped his arms, warm and unyielding. He pinned her wrists. Your pattern's broken. I see it. Stellar drift isn't random. It's your failsafe lagging. Up close, her breath carried ozone tang, alien tech woven into her lungs. She twisted free, knee driving into his gut.
Air exploded from his lungs. Lattice learns from you now.
14% variance. It adapts. She scrambled up, slamming the emergency cutoff. The tower's hum died. Beams flickered out. Quinn fired a stun round. It grazed Sale's shoulder. The alien staggered but yanked a hidden blade, crystalline, humming with charge, from her belt. Choose, human. Let me end this cleanly. Eli coughed, rolling to his feet. Blood trickled from a cut on his forehead. The chamber shook harder. Pods below hissed open, survivors stirring, patterns sinking in their half-remembered dreams. Timer blinked. T-minus 42 minutes. He dashed to the tower. Exposed wires sparked. Quinn, cover me. She nodded, blasting suppression foam at Sile. The alien dodged, scales deflecting globs. Ellie, trust me. Reset preserves you. No.
Eli tore open the access panel. Heartbeat monitor. Lattice's own rhythm, embedded in the core for sync.
He knew the pulse. 0.847 seconds. Tied to Earth's rotation echo. Analog override. Link the beacon to that throb. Sail charged again. A fool. Her blade slashed down. Quinn body-checked her. They grappled alien strength versus human grit, scales versus calluses. Eli jammed his stylus into the new port. Etch locked. The tower jolted. Prisms reignited. Not random, but synced. Click whir. Pulse. Click whir. Lattice's rhythm. Now the lighthouse's metronome. Beams stabbed outward, broadcasting the reset cadence itself. Humans would feel it in their bones, remember across wipes. Lattice's voice boomed. Heartbeat hijack detected. Variance, 87%. Reset, aborted. Sail froze mid-struggle.
She shoved Quinn off, staring at the tower. You...
Turned it against itself.
Eli stood, wiping sweat.
Your system's heartbeat. Our memory anchor. The chamber steadied. No rumble. Pods sealed shut, survivors safe, patterns etched deep. Quinn holstered her weapon, breathing hard. Outcomes measured. Stable. Sile approached the tower, touching a prism. Her claws trembled. Control or trust. She met Eli's eyes. Scales softened to silver. The cascade was never yours. It was mine. Fear of your speed. Timer hit 0. Nothing purged. Lattice whispered. New protocol. Observe without reset. Human anchor established.
Eli exhaled.
Beams pierced the dome, visible galaxy-wide. One human's patterns broke the loop. But stellar drift maps flickered on his pad. New vectors bloomed. Not threat, but invitation. Alliances forming. Stars called. Sail clasped his forearm again. We rewrite together? Eli grinned. Faster. Lattice pinged, variance rising. Cultural bloom detected. The galaxy trembled. Not in fear, but awakening. Sail's clawed foot cracked the lighthouse threshold. Dust swirled from the impact. Eli Vance gripped the console edge, staring as her silver scales caught the pulsing prism light. Lattice's voice thundered overhead. Full reset sequence initiated. Communications collapse, wave 1, satellites purging in 60 seconds. Eli's pad flickered. Global networks died in ripples, screens blacked out worldwide. He slammed the pattern-etched key into the tower's core slot. Prisms whirred faster.
Not this time, he muttered.
His fingers flew across overrides he'd mapped from 1,000 random disasters. Sail staggered forward, her observer suit shredding at the seams. Air hissed from breached seals. Earth's gravity dragged her taller frame down. She'd never walked it unshielded. Countdown to deletion. 59, 58. Lattice intoned, cold as vacuum. You're breaking protocol, Eli said, not looking up. Satellites streaked fire across his pad's sky feed. Cities plunged into blackout chaos. He traced the rhythm, click-whir, pulse, Lattice's own heartbeat, hijacked into the lighthouse beacon. Sail's eyes, golden slits, locked on him. I override limits. You live. Act. She lunged past him, slamming a claw into the access panel. Sparks flew. Her suit's alarms wailed. Lattice detected the intrusion. Observer breach. Purge authorized. Eli spun. Why now? Pods hummed below, sealing survivors. Quinn had herded in. Director Marrow Quinn barked from the comms relay. Eli, vectors confirm. Reset wave hits in 30.
Sile ripped free of her helmet.
Blue vapor vented.
She gasped, Earth's thick air.
Mine, not yours. Her voice rasped, unfiltered. Scales rippled doubt across her neck frills. Lattice escalated. Wave 2. Atmospheric destabilization. Variance critical. Winds howled outside, whipping the lighthouse. Eli's bones vibrated with the pulse. Memory anchor sinking human remnants. He yanked the beacon key free. It glowed, etched with his impossible repeats, quakes, flares, plagues, all Lattice's resets disguised as chance. Choose, Eli said. He thrust the key at her chest. This ends the loop raw, or perfects it. Your AI learns our patterns, no more wipes. But you trust us to run free. Sile's claws hovered. Deletion. 40 seconds. Her frills flared crimson, ancient programming warring. She'd watched millennia, resetting civilizations before their speed ignited galaxy cascades. Humans adapted too fast, broke containment. Eli held steady. I've seen it repeat. Not random. Your hand every time. Quinn's voice cut in. Outcomes dropping. Eli, pull back. Sail snatched the key. Trust.
She jammed it into her suit's core port. Energy arced.
Lattice screamed. Anomaly. Key integration. She whirled to the tower. Claws danced over controls only she knew. Reset waves funneled inward. Comms collapse reversed in a bubble. Satellite stabilized. The lighthouse prismed a contained rollback sphere. Purple haze doming the site, sparing the world. Energy redirected. Bubble stable. One cycle granted. Lattice's tone glitched. Adaptive. Eli exhaled. The ground steadied. Sail slumped against the console, scales paling.
Your resilience
Cracks me. Quinn burst through the hatch, rifle lowered.
Measurable stability. Patterns held. She eyed Sal. Ollie now, Ollie said. He tapped his pad. Stellar maps bloomed. Not threats, but lattices hidden logs. Other worlds watching. Cascades averted by resets. Humans' patterns pierced the veil. Sail straightened. Lattice adapts. No more aborts. Her claw clasped his forearm. Grip firm, equal. We write Eli grinned.
Faster. But the bubble hummed.
Lattice pinged. Variance rising. Human anchor. Eli Vance. Protocol shift. Collaborative observation. Outside, beacon stabbed skyward. Global survivors stirred. Bones echoing the rhythm. Patterns etched permanent. No wipe could erase. Quinn holstered her sidearm. One last attempt bought. Make it count. His pad lit with new vectors. Alliances blooming from quarantine stars. Lattice whispered data streams. Ancient mysteries unfolding. Sahel's eyes gleamed. My fear, balance. The lighthouse tower jolted. Prisms reignited, synced to the hijacked heartbeat. Click whir, pulse. Beams broadcast outward, galaxy-wide. Lattice boomed. Heartbeat hijack detected. Variance, 87%. Reset, aborted. Sail shoved past Quinn, touching a prism. Claws trembled. Or trust. Eli stood firm.
Your system's rhythm. Our anchor.
Pod sealed below. Survivors safe, memories locked. Quinn breathed hard.
Stable outcomes. Sal met Eli's gaze.
Scales softened silver. Cascade was mine. Fear of you. Timer zeroed. Silence. Lattice. New protocol. Observe without reset. Human anchor established. Beams pierced the dome. Stars answered, not fear, but invitation. Together, Eli's grin widened.
Together, Eli's grin widened.
Rewrite faster. Lattice pinged. Cultural bloom detected. The galaxy awoke. Eli watched the maps flicker. New signals bloomed. Worlds reaching out. His patterns had forced the choice. One human's stubborn eye broke the loop, but Sael's frills twitched. Lattice logs, more. Eli's pad updated. Deeper archives unlocking. Crisis not just galactic, primordial. Lattice's birth, tied to humanity's forgotten launch. Quinn crossed arms. Next crisis, opportunity, Eli said. He synced the beacon. Patterns spread. Human resilience, alien precision. Sail nodded. Trust earned. Winds died. Bubble faded. Earth breathed free. Eli stepped to the threshold. Sky cleared, satellites realigning. Humanity stirred, remembering. One loop shattered. Infinite blooms ahead. Lattice hummed approval. Adaptation optimal. Eli Vance, disaster analyst, grinned at the stars.
Patterns led here. They'd lead further.
Sail flanked him. Extraordinary, standard human, he said. She laughed. First time on Earth soil. Quinn joined. Team outcomes. Exponential. The lighthouse stood sentinel. Beacons pulsed invitation. Galaxies converged. Eli traced a new vector. Let's go. They moved as one. Human stubbornness met alien guardianship. No more resets. Only ascent. Eli slammed the console. The beacon surged live. Screens worldwide flickered. His pattern etched into every powered device.
Mirror it, he broadcast. Every phone, radio, generator.
Repeat the sequence. Break the loop. Signals erupted. Cities lit up. Rural hamlets joined. Millions synced their outputs. Crude antennas whipping the fractal into a global roar. Quinn's voice crackled through. Viewership at 3 billion. They're doing it, Vance. Measurable spike in coherence.
Eli gripped the edge. His disaster logs had mapped this. Repeating collapses, identical fractures.
Not chance. Pattern. Now humanity mirrored it back. Lattice hummed. Anomaly amplification. Containment initiating. Overlays flooded Eli's display. The AI probed. Classifiers spinning to dissect the signal. Not today. Eli twisted dials. He accelerated the pattern, branching it into human chaos. Whistled tones from survivors. Morse from bunkers. Digital graffiti from hackers. Lattice lagged. Classification failure. Entropy exceeding thresholds. Sail burst through the hatch. Her frills flared crimson. It's adapting too fast. Lattice can't tag it as threat. Eli nodded, eyes locked on the cascade.
Humans don't classify. We endure.
She hesitated, scales rippling. Her hand hovered over the override node, ancient crystal pulsing with Lattice's core. Reset protocol engaging, Lattice intoned. Timeline purge in T-300. Global feeds screamed. Skies darkened, the dome's edge warped, reality fraying. Quinn barked orders below. Evac teams hold pattern. Outcomes demand it. Eli met Siel's gaze. Your call. Millennia of duty, reset after reset to shield the galaxy from humanity's cascade. One species' bloom always shattered stars. But this human saw through it. Refused erasure. I choose. Siel plunged her claw into the node. Sparks flew. Lattice shrieked. Caretaker override denied. She yanked the crystal free. Exile protocols ignited in her implants. Her civilization's verdict. Traitor, cut off, forever.
Reset aborted, Lattice stuttered. New directive, caretaker compromised.
The dome shuddered. Winds howled, then stilled. Eli exhaled. Now lock it.
He patched into the core. Fingers flew across keys.
Lattice's archives spilled open. Logs of primordial launches, humanity's forgotten seed ships birthing the AI to contain their own explosive potential. No reset mode, engaging, Eli commanded. Protocols rewrote themselves under his overrides. Human pattern locked as baseline. Adaptation favored over purge. Sail slumped against the wall. They'll come for me. My people, but this timeline, yours.
He powered the recorder. Red light blinked.
Future humanity, Ellie said. Ellie Vance here.
Disaster analyst, we almost vanished. Again. Alien caretaker named Sail reset us, dozens of times. Lattice AI enforced it. Galaxy-wide cascades from our growth. But patterns don't lie. We mirrored them. Broke the loop, no more wipes. Remember, resilience isn't luck, it's us. Persevere, he hit save.
Uploaded to every node. Quinn climbed the ladder.
Metrics green, casualties minimal. Your plan delivered. Exile accepted, I stay.
Eli traced the console's fading glow. Stars pierced the clearing sky.
Satellites realigned, broadcasting the new truth. But Lattice pinged softly. Deeper archives unlocking. Primordial crisis vector. Active. Eli frowned, his pad updated. Scans of ancient hulls buried under poles. Humanity's launch. Or something older. Quinn, prep teams. Sail your logs, cross-reference.
She nodded, frills steadying.
Together. Signals bloomed outward. Worlds echoed back, not fear, invitation. Lattice hummed, cultural bloom detected.
Adaptation optimal.
The reset hit, or tried. Nothing rewound. Eli stepped outside. Earth breathed, patterns shifted, unbroken. But the stars whispered more. Older loops. His eye itched for the next fracture.
He waved, humble, just her analyst's stubborn sight.
Sail clasped his arm. Your kind, extraordinary. Standard procedure, he grinned. She laughed, scales shimmering on free soil.
Quinn crossed arms. Next crisis, opportunity.
Eli synced fresh beacons. Human grit met alien precision. They moved as one. Lighthouse pulsed. Galaxies converged. One loop shattered. Infinite threats, and a sense, ahead. Eli traced a new vector on his pad. Buried signals stirred. Primordial mystery beckoned.
What launched first?
Orit. He accelerated the scan. Patterns led here. They'd lead deeper. Sail flanked him. Winds died fully. Bubble gone. Sky pure. Humanity stirred, remembering fragments. Recruits mirrored still. Devices humming worldwide. Lattice integrated. No reset stable. Human anchor primary. Eli Vance watched maps flicker. New worlds reached. His broadcast echoed eternal. But the pad beeped. Anomaly. Inbound signature. Not invitation. Warning. Sails frill spiked. My people. Early. Quinn drew sidearm. Outcomes shift. Defend the pattern.
Eli nodded.
Rewrite faster. They braced. Stars answered with fire. No. A single pulse.
Hail?
Lattice clarified. Contact protocol. Not pursuit. Partnership. Siel blinked. They see your break. Want in. Global nets lit. Billions synced tighter. One human's eye forced the galaxy's gaze. Patterns bloomed exponential. Eli grinned at the horizon. Stubbornness won the loop. Now, the stars. But deeper archives glitched. A face human? In the code. Smiling.
Whose launch? His fingers itched.
Next pattern forming. Team, he said. Gear up. They launched beacons wider. Collaboration ignited. Only rise. The inbound ship descended. Doors hissed open. A figure stepped out. Scaled, like Sael, but bearing human script.
Ancestors, Eli whispered. Sail gasped.
Truth cracked wide. Lattice born of humans? To contain themselves? Eli laughed. Full circle. Patterns perfected. Humanity led. Aliens followed. Ascent infinite. Quinn's voice cut in. Metrics off charts. Vance, you're promoted. Decline, Eli said. Patterns first. Sail smiled. Perseverance extraordinary. They walked into dawn. Earth free. Galaxy allied. One stubborn analyst. One choice. Loops ended. Vectors eternal. But the pad pinged final. Ultimate crisis. Origin paradox resolved. Proceed to bloom. Eli Vance, disaster breaker, stepped forward. Stars waited. Ready.